Hello everybody. Can you believe how quickly autumn has snuck upon us? The nights are definitely darker, the mornings are chillier, and we've been slowly getting things ready around the house in prep for winter. This video is some of the things we've been doing to have a cosy and frugal winter. There's nothing fancy, it's just simple, frugal steps that make life warmer and cosier without spending loads. Welcome to the channel Living Life on Less. My name is Lizzie, my husband's name is David, and on our channel we talk about all things money saving, frugal living, living life on that bit less. Let's start with warmth, the most important one, especially with our energy bills going up. We've noticed that one of the doors to our living room has a draft which comes underneath it, which may be pleasant in summer, but in winter it's going to be icy. So I have spent a few evenings in front of YouTube channels making a draft excluder using old fabric, sewing it into a sausage shape and then filling it with old rags and tights. Laddered ones, of course, not ones that I could wear again. And the draft excluder will go in front of the door and help keep out drafts this winter. But also the tiniest gaps around windows can make a room feel icy. So if you have failing double glazing or gaps around your windows, you can actually layer bubble wrap on the back of your window to help add some extra heating. It's a temporary fix and it will work. It doesn't look glamorous, but once you've taped it in place and popped your curtains over it, you won't be able to even tell. And of course, speaking of curtains, shutting them as soon as it goes dark will make such a difference. Also, have you got lined curtains up to help keep the heating in the room? Now is the time to go charity shopping or thrift shopping and seeing if you can buy some lined curtains if you haven't yet. We have swapped our thin summer curtains for heavier lined curtains this week to make sure we're ready for the chilly autumn and impending winter. And of course, we've also dug out this week the jumpers from underneath the bed. Fleecy socks and hats and scarves and gloves have all come out in the last few weeks and have been washed and dried in the sunlight in the last bit of the summer sun, so they're all ready to be worn. We've also had all our fleece throws and blankets that we have on the sofa when we're watching television or reading a book. They have been washed and they have dried in the sunlight, lovely, ready for winter. Now is the time to stock up on hot water bottles if you haven't got one, or a heated throw. They're more of a modern invention, however they get thumbs up from many people who have bought them. Other things we have done in prep for winter is we have made sure we have a full oil tank. We have an oil tank outside and we've bought the oil before October the 1st when all the energy prices seem to be rising. And we also, a couple of months ago, David got our log store full of logs ready for the wood burning fire. He likes to get his logs in July because it's usually quite a few pounds cheaper. With all frugal living we know, planning ahead will save you money in the long run. A big part of our winter prepping is the food, and that means batch cooking soups, stews and curries and having them in the freezer. But most importantly, buying a few extra tins and dried produce. Every week we go shopping, just in case we are snowed in winter, one of us has flu, there's a strike or something that may happen. We know that we've at least got 2 or 3 weeks worth of food in our cupboards if we can't leave the house. Something that's also very handy to have is extra water, and we just store them behind the sofa. You never know if you're going to get frozen pipes or issues with your local water company. Good foods that store well and can cost pennies are oats, rice, pasta, tinned tomatoes, beans and pulses. For many of you, you may not use a slow cooker all the way through the year, but we do. But now is the perfect time to get your slow cooker or crock pot out again because it'll make such wonderful, hearty meals. It costs next to nothing to run and you can throw in it whatever you've got, cheap cuts of meat, or even a load of vegetables, and they will come out tender and delicious. Plus the smell filling the house all day can make it feel so homely. When it comes to winter, we make sure that health and comfort are on our list too. We've picked up extra paracetamol and lozenges while they are cheap and available. Last year, our local Lidl was very low in paracetamol, as many people bought them when they got colds, coughs, flus and aches and pains that come with the winter viruses. And of course, make sure you do a quick check around your house like we have. My husband's bled the radiators to make sure they're working properly, and he checked the boiler, give it a once over to make sure it was free of dust and had full water pressure. And check that your torches have batteries and you have candles and know where they are too, just in case we get a power cut. It's rare, but it's one of those things you want to be prepared for. And finally, the money side of things when it comes to winter. It's expensive, you have all your energy bills going up, and there's Christmas. If you celebrate it, of course. There's no wonder many of us find January the glummest month of the year. We don't want or have a smart meter, so we send in monthly readings so we can ensure that we're not getting any scary estimates from our utility companies. And we start buying little stocking fillers and Christmas presents, middle of the year normally, so we don't have one big bill at the end of the year. But winter isn't all about scrimping, struggling and being cold. Some of the cosiest evenings are the cheapest. Having film nights under blankets, reading by candlelight, and playing board games instead of always reaching for the TV. A cup of hot chocolate, a hot water bottle, and a good book can feel like such a treat, and it costs next to nothing. So that's how we've been preparing for winter this year. Nothing extreme, just lots of small little frugal habits that add up and will create a nice cosy atmosphere for our home without breaking the bank. I'd love to know what you're doing to get ready. Share in the comments your best winter tips and let everybody else know how you're having a fabulous frugal winter too. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.